Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode, and today I'm going to be talking about Dragon Quest XI, which was recently announced for the, let's get this right here, 3DS, PlayStation 4, and it's being, what was it? What was the word they used? I forget. It basically, they're thinking about releasing it also on the NX, which I find very interesting. So let's start with that. Whenever a company mentions, something in a press release, you're pretty sure it's going to happen. And they wrote in their press release for the announcement of Dragon Quest XI over in Japan that the game was under consideration, that was it, for the NX. You don't do that. That means it's coming out for the NX. And obviously it's going to be the PlayStation 4 version, which leads me to sort of speculate that, well, I guess the NX is strong enough that it can play Unreal 4 engine games. Because you see, the PlayStation 4 version is indeed being built on the Unreal 4 engine, or Unreal Engine 4, whatever you want to call it. And it looks breathtaking. It looks absolutely amazing. If you were a fan of Dragon Quest VIII on the PlayStation 2, well, you're going to be very, very, very excited to get your hands on Dragon Quest XI, because it looks absolutely incredible. I mean, incredible. They showed just little snippets of gameplay at the live stream, which I'm going to have pictures somewhere, one of these two corners, showing just, single screenshots or whatever. Obviously, it's going to be all off-camera stuff, or off-screen, however you want to call it. But it looks absolutely amazing. And it's supposed to come out sometime next year. And of course, who knows if it'll be released here or not. I say if it is released here, you're looking at 2017, 2018 at the earliest. There's no chance it gets released here in 2016. And there's very little chance it gets released here at all. The only saving grace we have is that typically new Dragon Quest games will find their way to North America, but who knows? The way Square Enix, like the higher-ups have been talking, it's basically like, if Dragon Quest Heroes does really, really well in North America, then they'll consider bringing over 11 and some of the other games. I don't get that, whatsoever, because you're talking about an action RPG compared to a traditional turn-based RPG. Those are two completely different genres, so I don't understand. Anyways, after they showed a little bit of the PlayStation 4 version, which, like I say, I mean, wow, does that look good. Then they started talking about the 3DS version. And I think they really did the smart thing here by releasing both, two different games, essentially. Yes, they have the same story, but they really are, for all intents and purposes, two completely different games on two vastly different systems. It really allows fans to pick the ones that they want. And, what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, do you want the lush, beautiful visuals of the modern day version? So in other words, the evolution of 8 on the PlayStation 2, do you want that? Or do you want something that's more of a throwback? And that's what's so cool about the 3DS version. You see, it's actually got two different versions in the same game. You have a 2D version a la the Super Famicom releases, and then you have a 3D version which sort of reminds me of Dragon Quest 7, 8, and 9 on the 3DS. Or at least 8 hasn't been released yet at the time of this recording, but it's supposed to be coming out, I think it's like the 27th of August in Japan. And so you have those two options. You can, the beginning of the game, you'll actually play as both. So the top screen will be the 3D one and the bottom screen will be the 2D one, and as you go along, eventually, you'll have to make a choice of which one you want to play in, and then you can just swap back and forth at a moment's notice, which I think is just so bloody cool. So that's that, and I think that was genius, because think of it, if you're a fan of the 2D ones like me, you're going to eat up the 3DS version. If you're the type of guy or girl who wants to take the game on the go and experience the 3D sort of look of, like I say, 7, 8, 9 on the DS/3DS, well, you've got that option too. And then if you want to experience it on your HD TV and lush, gorgeous visuals, well, you have that option as well. And I really think that is really, really unique. And I think that's really smart of Square Enix to do that, because that way you cater to absolutely everyone. And considering it's the 30th anniversary next year of Dragon Quest, this really makes sense, because you can play it however you want. And there was a lot of other stuff that's going to happen next year, which I think is going to be really, really interesting. I'm pretty sure they're going to start releasing some collections of some of the earlier titles, things of that nature. They typically do that. They did that during the 25th anniversary of Dragon Quest, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see something like that again for the 30th. Now, the question everybody wants to know is, what are the chances of any of these games coming out in North America? And as I said, right now, they're very, 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 very low chances of any of these games coming out in North America as of now. We still have not had official update or confirmation of 7 and 8 on the 3DS getting released in North America. They said, oh, well, we'll treat 11 like we treat all the other Dragon Quest games, so we'll judge the interest in North America. That translates to no, we have no plans of releasing Dragon Quest 11 on any platform outside of Japan. We don't know for sure, obviously, things could change, but right now it's not looking great. Yuji Horii, which is the series, pretty much the creator of the series, did let it slip that it could be released in Europe, but again, that is... It's speculation until you get an official press release saying, Dragon Quest 7 or Dragon Quest 8 coming out on the 3DS in X country. You can't really believe it, because there's been too many times where we've heard of this, that, or the other thing coming out, and then it just never happens. So I'm very excited for all the games that they announced. Going to be bringing most of them here from Japan, which should be really interesting. I haven't decided yet exactly what's the best way of covering all of these games, be it through Let's Plays, be it through special features, or just reviews. I have no idea. We'll see when the time comes, but I feel really bad for those that can't import at all, because it really sucks not being able to experience these awesome games. And I don't know what the hell is wrong with Square Enix. I've done video after video after video complaining about them, saying, what the hell are you guys doing? And it's the same thing here. With Dragon Quest XI, it should be announced already. They should say, you know what, yes, we're bringing it to North America. We're going to bring out one version, both versions, whatever. And instead we get we'll see. So anyways, what did you guys think of Dragon Quest XI? I've heard a lot of mixed reactions about the main character, but until we know his motivation, I mean, just based on his look, it looks fine. Doesn't matter to me. But what else? What are you guys looking forward to with Dragon Quest XI? Or you think it's coming out in North America? And were you excited about all the Dragon Quest news that just got released last week? If so, leave a comment, let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all in the next video.